It's time to sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
Oh, yes. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, Palace. Welcome, kings and queens. We are here live in full effect. Listen, I feel like I just left y'all and I am back. Good morning to you. Good morning, dear Palace. Good morning to you. I sound like one of them women that should be on the Reading Rainbow. Y'all remember that from the 80s? I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Let's do the remix. Listen with your eyes and sing everything you see. I can sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed. And if not, you still got time to turn around and get your ass back in and try it again. Happy Wednesday. Man, hold up. I got too much coffee in my cup. Y'all already know what time it is. We are sipping on Cafe Du Monde. Y'all say don't say Du Monde, but it's a New Orleans coffee, y'all. And I swear it hits hard every time. Every single time. Looks like Toot Latrice got some family. Looks like Toot Latrice got some family. She got her people up in the chat as we were doing the introduction. I saw somebody, they say, I found you, Toot Latrice. Well, Toot beat. Yes, you did, baby, because Toot Latrice is one of my main moderators here in the palace. And y'all make sure y'all show her and Linda Gamble some love by honking your horns if you're in traffic, headed to work. Headed to work. So make sure if y'all are pulling up from traffic, if you are caught in rush hour, let us know. There they go, y'all. There they go. They're in them car lines, dropping them kids off. Well, hopefully the kids are already in school, but I never know where y'all are checking in from. Listen, don't be out there cursing nobody out because you running late. You already late. Shit, you may as well enjoy it. That's what I say. You already late. It's done. Them people already watched the clock. Your cubicle's empty. They know you late, so you may as well take your time. Gonna go by Starbucks. Get your coffee. So at least you get something out of it. Now, don't practice being late every Wednesday, and don't be yelling at them kids neither, because you overslept. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know how y'all do. Get up! That's on you. Relax. Relax. Accountability. Don't be yelling at them kids. Them kids looking at you like, I can't wait till I get grown so I can tell her about herself. That time she gonna holler at me because she was late and she didn't set her alarm clock. Yeah, that's some of you. Chill. Leave the kids alone. But listen, I am so glad that y'all are here. Welcome to the Palace. This is Coffee Talk Wednesday morning corporate segment. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are happy to have you here. I am Queen Sheba, and you have now entered the Y'all, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's been a hell of a week on YouTube, huh? All things corporate America. I think what's going on between the chief operations officer over there at Canvas Beauty, this is right on time for corporate America talk. And today's topic is fear of being fired. The fear of being fired. Have you ever been locked out of your computer? And child, the first thing that crossed your mind is, damn, are they about to let me go? Have you ever just, I don't know, like not been in a meeting and thought, damn, are they about to let me go? Has anything ever gone on at your job in corporate America, whether now, past tense, that made you just feel, I'm not safe? I don't have that job security that I think I have. And whoo, my boss is moving funny. My boss is acting funny. So we're going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about fear, the fear of being fired. But before we do, listen, somebody say it is perfect timing. Yes, it is, honey. Yes, it is, because the COO of Canvas Beauty, y'all, he filed. He's taking it to court for wrongful termination. And speaking of being fired, have you ever been let go from a company? Think about it. I want you to think long. That's ever held your paycheck until you signed a piece of paper. that you can think of. That you can think of now. Keyword that you can think of that's ever held your paycheck. Okay. Venus says she was laid off in hold on. Let me. She said, yes, I was you said I was laid off in June, but did they hold your paycheck? You get what I'm saying? See, typically they'll send you your paycheck. They'll mail it or they'll do direct deposits. But before we get too deep into it, y'all, let's do our morning check-in. And what we got to do, or what we tend to do over here. Nope. See, most people says, nope, they have not been fired where somebody has held their paycheck from them. Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. But we're going to check in real quick. How are y'all feeling, or what you trying to feel at the end of the segment? That's how we do corporate segments Wednesday morning. We use one word. Wait a minute. I didn't say go. I did not say go yet. Are y'all ready? Give me that one word. What you feeling right now in this moment, or what you trying to feel by the end of this segment? On your mark, get set, drop it in the chat. Let's go. What are we feeling? What we working with today? What we working with? Because it's so important for you to know what you leaning into, child, even when it comes to your own self. Because we don't want you to be disruptive out there on them jobs where you get terminated, honey. We got blessed. We got vibrant. We got inspired. What else we got? Lynn Selders, blessed, inspired by Lori Robinson. Muted Expressions is feeling vibrant. Cricket 22 is feeling blessed. I'm just randomly going down the line. Chantel is feeling productive. Oh, I got encouraged. I got another blessed. Melancholy. You're going to have to walk me through that. What's up, melancholy? Richer. I don't know if that's an adjective, Thames, but I'm a roll with it. Richer, we got determined. Mimi is feeling pained. She said her back is hurting her. Well, listen, call your PCP, guy. Motivated. We got blessed. We got peaceful. Okay, two Latrice coming in hot, baby. Exuberant. Boom. She dropped it. Exuberant. That's a good one. We got glorious. Gloria. Y'all, I used to sing in a choir when I was a little kid. Now you understand why they don't let me sing no more. Okay. Yeah, simply happy. We got blessed. Dee Dee Star is coming in feeling productive. We got knowledgeable, thankful, energized. Tam, I like that. I think I'm energized with you. One crafty sister is feeling relevant. That's a different one. I like it. Hopeful. Kicking it with Courtney is feeling exalted. Ooh. When I think about exalted, that's where you placed on high, like a level of elevation. Am I right? Kicking it with Courtney. Dear Yvette is feeling knowledgeable. The one is feeling thankful. We got happy, blessed. Smart Cookie is feeling lucky. We got coffee, feeling amazing. Amazing. Thames came back. She broke it down for us because sometimes, listen, sometimes I need an explanation, baby, because y'all be dropping things that the queen is not familiar with, and I ain't never too proud to beg. She says, richer, a richer person. It's an adjective. You feeling it or it's happening? Let me know, girl, what time we going to lunch. Is it perceived or is it real, honey? What time shall I be there? What time shall I be there? Yeah, I'm for real. Listen. Hold on, Thames. Now you done got something started up in here. What we doing? What we doing? Shoot. Y'all get it? She says she's feeling richer now. Is this perceived or is this real? Either way, let me know what time I need to pull up. Experience. Yes. We got happy. We got happy. All right. We got recovering. We got hopeful. We got reflective. Janine is being reflective today. Well, I'm feeling capable. That's my word. I am feeling capable today. We got, okay, Courtney, I got it right. I got it right. Kicking in what Courtney said, exalted is a form of elevation. Well, congratulations to you, Queen, especially in the mind, the body, and the spirit. That's a hell of a place for you to be on a Wednesday. Girl, you got 2 more days to go. And y'all know what Wednesday means, baby. It is hump day. It is happy hour time. And with that being said, let me play that white man, my friend. Hold on. Yes, I know some of y'all are hitting happy hour as soon as the clock strikes 5. Make it do what it do. You got 2 more days, y'all. You got 2 more days. The one says you can be rich in many ways. Listen, I just need to know if I need to pull up. That's it. Fame says, very well, listening to you and cashing in. Well, girl, drop it in my DM. Where do I need to go? Excuse me. Excuse me. Drop it in my DM. You say cashing in. You at the casino? Are you at the casino?
Damn!
Okay. I think you at the casino. American born, what you think? Is she at the casino right now? Hold on. I need okay, no. Well, you not finna play with us. Where you at? You know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It ain't none of my damn business. Don't you worry about it. Now I'm
Ever
being nosy.
diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
Don't worry about it, Thames. Don't worry about it. You making it hard. We just begging. You know how your family find out? We family over here. You know how your family finds out when you get money and all of a sudden somebody start calling you, girl, look like Robert ain't gonna be able to pay the phone bill. Girl, they talking about turning off the lights. That's what we doing, girl. We dry bagging over here, Thames. You said it's real. So I'm already setting up my miserable ass story. Girl, look like FEMA ain't gonna come through in time in Texas. You know, they say trees still out, and then one of them hit my gate over here in the neighborhood. And I was telling my husband, and he act like he don't know where to go to get help. Oh, you said you just cashed in? Oh, no, girl, that's yours. I ain't finna ask for nothing. You know how black people do. Let me drop the link. Am I lying? Let me drop the link. That's yours. Girl, don't do that. That's your blessing that God has blessed you with. Am I lying? Chantel, am I lying? Ain't they how they do you? No, girl, what? Because, girl, I don't even know if I can pay you. What? I ain't got to pay you back? Well, I mean, you sure? Oh my God, this is hilarious. Anywho, I just dropped the link. Come on up if you want to help me have a hell of a good time because I am up here doing it and doing it and doing it well, giving Thames a good old hard time about being rich, y'all. So listen. Let's slide into the other portion of the of the show where we are going to talk a financial wellness tip. Then we're going to do the wellness tip of the week. And then we're going into the corporate segment. Thanks for being a good sport. Kicking it with Courtney, say no lies told. Y'all know that's how y'all be showing up begging when y'all hear somebody that came into some money. Like the old folks say. They didn't, oh, child, they said Courtney done came into some money. For real? Mm-hmm. She sued them people down there at the grocery store. They said she fell. They said, who is they? Listen, who is they? They said, oh, girl, you ain't heard from her, huh? Girl, no. They all at happy hour. They said she done went out to eat 2 or 3 times. They sure do be watching your money, don't they? Don't they, y'all? But anywho, let's slide into the financial wellness tip of the week. All right. It's going to be very simple. That's right, Valerie. They telling all your business. The financial wellness tip of the week, y'all. Now, normally we make sure y'all save and we make sure y'all are getting it right. Last week's financial wellness tip was to create a nest egg and to start paying your smallest bills off one at a time. This week's financial wellness tip is to do something nice for yourself this month, for the month of August, every time you get paid. I don't care if it's as simple as going to lunch, getting a nice sandwich, doing something different and creating first time moments. That is the financial wellness tip of the week because you have to be balanced. It's also important to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Yes, we're saving. Yes, we're carving our way to freedom, but at the same time, you got to give them something to talk about. You got to make sure it's worth it so that you can start to create a habit loop of saving, doing something nice, saving, doing something nice so that you can see it's all worth it at the end. Does that make sense, y'all? All right. That's what I'm talking about. We saving, but we're also creating nice moments that's going to propel us to keep going. and to propel us to keep entering into a balance and a healthy lifestyle of saving, because we're trying to set ourselves free and set our souls on fire when it comes to corporate America. All right. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Yeah? We good to go? All right. I love it. I love it. All right. Now we are going to shift into the wellness segment of the day. I gotta bring you back. What are we doing? The wellness segment of the day is don't wait for nobody. Don't wait for no one. Okay. Time does not wait on anybody. If there's something that you need to do that you're supposed to be doing and somebody else was supposed to come along as it relates to your blessings, you ain't got time to wait. You got to go, even if it means going by yourself. Is that hitting home for some of you? Is that hitting home for some of you? Melody Bean says, get yourself some fresh flowers and 3 rooms in a house. I like that. And y'all, you know, it doesn't have to be those expensive flowers. Go on and get you some $5 or $6 flowers. Cut them, trim them, put them in a nice little vase, cup, whatever you got. Work with what you got. But okay, we're doing something nice for ourselves, and we're also not waiting on anybody. Some of you have canceled some of your plans because somebody else couldn't make it. You crazy. You crazy. Thank you. Courtney says, you hit it out the park. You must be crazy. You better get dressed and go anyway. You better book that flight anyway. You better go to lunch anyway, go to dinner anyway. We're not canceling. We're not canceling our blessings. We're not canceling our reservations because somebody cannot make it. You got to go. Gotta send your helpers. Y'all get what I'm saying? Oh, you can't go? Well, child, I guess I won't go because I don't want to. The first thing y'all holler, I don't want to what? Go by myself. Maybe that's your blessing. Yep. Venus says you can go to Kroger's and get some flowers. The one says, ladies, leave your man at home. Not even your man. If you have something that is that's a gift, that's a blessing, and you're about to go chase it down by way of, I don't know, activities, vacation, whatever it is, dinner, and you want to bring everybody with you because we have a tendency now. Let's talk wellness. Let's talk wellness. You know, we want to bring everybody else with us because life is being good to us, and that's good. We want to be good to everybody else, but don't allow anybody to delay or stunt your growth when it comes to your time. Because I'm telling you, grace expires. It's like a parking meter. It goes around and around. And eventually you got a window of time to capitalize and or seize the opportunity before the time expires. You got to go. You got to go. And if you stay, what they say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And part of staying ready doesn't mean that you have to convince somebody else to go. Philly Girl for Life says, I have a trip planned this month. Hubby doesn't want to go. I'm going without him. Listen, pack that suitcase a week early and sit it by the door. Sit it by the bedroom door. Don't even wait a day or two to pack. Go ahead and finish this month. You mean in August or July? Because today just July 31st. You know the queen is technical, Philly girl. But I think you mean August. Go ahead and pack your suitcase and sit it by the door. Love seeing her. Dee Star says, yes, I have waited and they have moved on. So now I go. You better. You better. Life is too short not to go. Listen, I've seen people wait all their lives. I know people that have been married. Some of you do too. Your grandmas, your uncles, your aunties, your cousins ain't never been on a honeymoon, ain't never been on a vacation together. All they do is cook, clean, go to church, come back, do routine things around their 6-mile radius in their neighborhood. Ain't never introduced a level of excitement in their lives because they were waiting for the right moment or waiting for somebody else to give the green light. Am I lying? Am I lying? Some of you won't even apply for a new role in corporate America because your homegirl can't get on at the job. Or listen, y'all waiting, missing opportunities, and time waits on no one. Simone Wealthy says, I'm going to the opera by myself. There you go. There you go. And have a hell of a good time. Fames 308 says, understand that you are deserving of the gift. Listen, say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. Venus says she don't like going by herself. She likes having people around her. Listen, I don't know, Venus. I'm just saying don't miss out on a blessing because somebody else don't want to go. Chantel says that was her. She used to wait on folks before the pandemic, but since then, she's been on so many trips and she's done so many things by herself. Listen, you get one life. I tell y'all, you get one go around. Make it count. Yep, make it count. All right, we are going to shift. We are going to shift into the corporate segment. I am going to drop the link. Today's topic is about the fear of being fired. What does that do to you? Are you productive at work when there is a looming cloud hanging over your head that you could be fired? And if so, why? Why did you or why do you have a fear of being fired? I did a little bit of research last night and I'm going to show y'all and I want to talk about what I came up with real quick. Okay. And I did a little research about the top workplace based on research and surveys, the top 3 workplace fears in corporate America here in the United States of America. The top 3 concerns that employees typically have in a corporate environment. Number 1, job security, the fear of being fired, the fear of being laid off or replaced is a primary concern. That fear is being driven by, what do you think? What drives that fear that keeps you in the state of thinking, shit, I could be let go any day. Don't work too hard for these jobs because you are replaceable. What do you think contributes to that attitude, that perspective? What comes to mind for y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all, then I'm gonna go to number 2. Coco and T says, I'm sick as hell today and I'm scared to call off because if we miss more than 10 hours in a month, we got to have an attendance meeting. Even though listen, hold on. We finna pause. Call them. Why do you have to call them? You can't just email her? I'm sick. You need to call off for 2 days. Go ahead and do it. We're going to wait on you. Pick up the phone and says, I'm not going to be able to make it. I am feeling under the weather. I am taking 2 sick days. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Actually, call out the whole week. You got 120 hours? Go ahead and call out the whole week. We're going to wait and come back and let us know. I'm going to drop the link just for you. We're not living in fear because you're not really free. I'm not encouraging you to do anything illegal or against the law. If you are sick, take your time off. Call out the 3 days. Got to take care of the rest. The reason why I say the 3 days, because if you're not feeling better tomorrow, then what? Then you got to call again. Go ahead and put some fuel in the reserve tank. I'm going to take off the whole week and I'm going to rest. I dare you to call out. I'm pushing you into a level of freedom. What you scared of? They are just people. Don't you ever give somebody that amount of power, that amount of control over your life where you're scared to use what's available to you. Your earned sick time. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if they have 10 meetings set up. You walk up in that hole. Yeah, I was sick. And they can't fire you for being sick. You can meet with me all day. That's not going to stop the fact that I was sick. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Call out. We waiting on you, Coco. Call out while you got your village behind you. Call out while you got the right energy behind you. But listen, okay, bad boss. You see, some of y'all says a top fear is a bad boss. Well, let me tell you what they said: instability, organizational restructuring, or automation. Yep. Those are some of the top reasons that people feel like they're going to be fired. Too, Latrice says low motivation. Yep. Girl, she says, girl, I called, but I know in 2 weeks. So what? So what? Come what may. That's their problem, not yours. You get sick. Don't extend the day. That's what I'm saying. Call back. You already out. You already called out. So let it go. Don't sit there and hold yourself prisoner for 10, 15 minutes. Well, they going to want to meet with me. So they not God. And that's what these conversations about, Coco and T. We got to get in a position where we're no longer afraid of losing anything, because at the end of the day, who is the ultimate provider? Come on now, y'all. Call out. Now, Venus, don't tell them that now. I'm for real. I'm trying to get the right. That's how I talk to my friends. We not living in fear no more. If you sick, you sick. Go ahead and extend it. You don't know how you're going to feel tomorrow. Okay. Love Seen and Heard says, I used to work sick, but now I take my time. So the number one fear in corporate America is being fired. Number two, the other one, believe it or not, is workplace conflict. That's what you're, see, Coco and T. Number two, workplace conflict. Many employees fear conflicts with colleagues or management, including bullying, harassment, or general interpersonal disputes that can lead to a stressful work environment and negatively impact mental health. That's what's happening to you right now, ma'am. Snatch your freedom back, snatch your confidence back, call out the whole week. You may as well enjoy it. You earned it. You have the hours. You do not feel well. Stand in your purpose, stand in your confidence. Stop being browbeat to death by these corporate institutes. It's just a meeting that's small to a giant. You got it. Number three, career stagnation, the fear of not advancing in one's career, including a lack of promotion. Skill development or professional growth opportunities is another significant concern. Employees worry about being stuck in the same position without progress. Let me tell you something. How can you worry about being stuck when you're doing everything you're supposed to do? Can we take accountability today to say a lot of us are frozen in fear? We're not setting ourselves up for success to propel ourselves forward so that we don't have those type of fears of being fired, fears of walking into a meeting. You can have 12 meetings. I'll be there. I'll see you when I see you, but I'm sick today. And that's the kind of attitude that you need to thrive. That's the kind of attitude that you need to be progressive. Those are the type of attitudes and those are the type of traits that you see in successful people and leaders. It is what it is. And if you take this job, baby, before I'm ready to go, I'll get another one. It may not be the one I need or want, but it'll be the one that'll hold me still until I find what I need. Does that make sense? I've met a lot of people that says being fired is one of the best things that's ever happened to them. And not because they wanted it to happen, but because it needed to happen. And it propelled them and it pushed them out of their comfort zones. Am I lying, Jay Taylor? Am I lying, Trendy? Come on now. Good morning, Jay Taylor. I see you. Y'all, we are not walking in fear no more when it comes to corporate America. You cannot give these people, and I'm going to say these people, that amount of control over your life where you are paralyzed with fear because you don't feel good today. Aquarius 1982 said, my job got me effed up right now. In what way, Queen? Vibrant Thing says, me and my friends plan a mental health day, 8-8. We got a spa trip in New Orleans. Enjoy yourself and eat some good food. One crafty sister says, wow, I remember those days. So glad I have moved on from the bullshit. Listen, do not allow people in corporate America to hold you hostage. Do not give white people that much power over your life. Listen, I'm sorry. Why? And Coco and T, I'm coming back to you. I hope you call back to extend your days off for the rest of the week. I hope you called out to extend your days off for the rest of the week. But a quick recap. The number one fear in corporate America that most employees have is the fear of being fired. That's the first one. The second one is workplace conflict. That's what Coco and T is going through right now, where she's feeling like hey, we can't even call out because they count every girl. That is a slave ship. And I hope this conversation makes you so comfortable that it gets your wheels turning and it starts you to start thinking, I deserve better than this. Ain't no way in the world I'm supposed to be at my house when I'm sick, thinking about how I'm going to be punished for being sick. That's number two, workplace conflict. Number three is career stagnation. As hard as I've worked, they still not going to promote me. Then what are we doing? What are we doing? Yes. Y'all, is this tracking? Is this hitting home for some of y'all? Corporate segment today, the fear of being fired, the fear of being punished. Imagine being a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man in corporate America and somebody has a paycheck dangling over your head like Canvas Beauty did with her COO, and they are going to hold you prisoner, not because you're being fired in this situation, But because you're sick or because you want to go on vacation, y'all better wake up. Y'all better snap out of it and cut the crap. You're drifting. You're being taken under by hypnotic rhythm. Be in the world and not of it. Come on, man. Come on, man. I know I'm not alone. Fear will kill you. Fear will keep you stagnant. And at some point, people can make you so afraid they ain't got to do nothing to you. Now you become a lab rat. You won't call out. You won't take a day off like Kyle did. He worked 18 months straight without taking a day off. Shit, I wish I would. I wish I would get scared because I'm sick. Girl, I'm finna watch The Young and the Restless. I don't feel good. I'm finna get on my couch. I'm finna have a cup of tea, and I'm finna call out the rest of the week because I don't feel good. I earned those hours. You didn't give me nothing. That's what it's there for y'all to use it. And why are we afraid? We have been conditioned. Now, listen, I don't want y'all let them jobs acting a fool and running through. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling. No, that's not what we're doing now. We're not going to be disruptive. I'm just pumping some life into you in these corporate segments so you can wake the hell up and venture back to shore. Because a lot of you have drifted away and you don't really control your life no more because you operate out of fear. And to be honest, you got to take accountability for that. Why? Because if we go back to last week's segment and if we look at the financial piece, if a lot of us were more prepared financially than we are today, and if we took our money and put enough aside, come on now. You know what? Let me log off. Let me just go. If a lot of us would do better with our money, financial segment last week, that we had enough saved up. 500 is better than nothing. 1,500 is better than nothing. 5,000 is better than nothing. 15,000 is better than nothing. If we did a little bit more better, we wouldn't be in a position to be afraid of nobody taking a job away.
Oh my God.
Listen, am I lying? A lot of times we're afraid because we're unprepared. We're unprepared. Welcome back, Terry T. Baby. She says, yes, oh Lord, I got my membership back. Welcome back. Love seeing her. Aditi said yes, and they control you after you clock. After you clock in by complaining to everybody who will listen. Y'all got to do better with yourselves. We're going to start with the self, right? We can't even blame them. Hell, because you're like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Not only that, I'm scared to call out. I'm afraid of being fired. So, ooh, girl, you can't do that. They'll fire you for so. Let them. I'd rather be free and a hard worker than working hard and scared because they're not going to notice you anyway. So what are you really doing? It's time to wake up and decide moving forward. You got 5 more months. We're in August, September, October, November, December. Oh, 4. Technically 5. You got 5 more months to get your attitude right about you. You got 5 more months to have a conversation with you and look yourself in the mirror when it comes to your corporate career and how you were showing up. And I'm not talking about the work you do. I'm talking about the work that you need to do internally when it comes to you as a professional, you as a career woman and or man. Quit playing. What you scared of? Is it because you have not prepared? Or is it because you're a people pleaser? Or is it because you've been conditioned to not ask for what you want and take and seize what you need? Because ain't none of us at this grown age supposed to be afraid. And we love you, Coco and T. We just getting some good energy behind you to let you know you're loved. And there ain't no way in the world you're supposed to be at home with them people on your nerves like that. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Yep, you cannot allow them. All right, Jay Taylor, so you talking good. Stay with me for real. I want y'all to write down real quick. Pull out your little notes on your iPhone. Pull out I don't care if it's a sticky note, something in front of you in your cubicle, baby, on your phone. Hit the treadmill, slow it down real quick. Pull out the notes section if you ain't got a pen and paper. What's holding you back? What keeps you paralyzed with fear? And what you going to do about it? What's holding me back? What keeps me afraid? What am I going to do about it? You got 5 months to make it happen. You got 5 months to make it happen. You cannot show up like that for yourself. People that are trapped with fear cannot be successful. You will not reach the highest heights because you're afraid of being fired. You're afraid of being demoted. You're afraid of losing whatever. You can't lose what was never yours, baby. If they fired you, it was never yours, especially from doing the right thing. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. How do you know? Signs of imminent termination. Research indicates several common signs that an employer may be preparing to terminate, fire you. Here's some signs. Here are the 5 top indicators. Decrease in responsibilities. I'm going to start taking stuff away from you. You were a star employee, sort of what what's her name? Stormy did to Kyle. Hey, nah, you don't need to do payroll no more. Actually, Shelly's going to take over. We're going to use Jay Taylor for that. Hey, Jay, we're going to utilize trending to train you on payroll. Trending has our plate full. We're going to offload some of that. When they start to take some of your responsibilities away, an employee who once managed multiple projects notices that their workload is significantly reduced and their responsibilities are reassigned to others without explanation. That means when you ask them, hey, what's up? Is there a reason you don't need me in that meeting? It's bullshit. Whatever they're trying to put in front of you. It don't even make sense. You'd be like, she did. And then they'll follow up. $1 million question. Did I answer your question? Hell no, but I'm going to go ahead and shake my head in this meeting, girl. Nah, that don't even make any sense. Did I answer your question? No, you did not. That don't make no damn sense. But that's the number one sign. They start shifting and offloading some of your responsibilities. Number 2, exclusion. I just said it. Exclusion from meetings and communications. Somebody be like, oh, child, you know that meeting? What meeting? You were not on the invite. Exclusion from meetings. Oh, you don't have to go to that meeting. Trending's going to go to that meeting. Jay Taylor's going to go to that meeting. Don't worry about it. I need you over here. Exclusion from meetings and communications. Example, an employee who was previously included in key meetings and email chains is suddenly left out of important discussions and decisions. Well, how come nobody ran it by me? That's my role. That's what I'm responsible for. When you start to see signs like that, I'm not in the meetings, you're taking my responsibilities away. There's 5 signs, imminent signs. I've reviewed 2. Let's go to number 3. Increased documentation and monitoring. Hey, Jay. Hey, Kyle. Can you make a note for me and share with me how you're utilizing your time? Where are you in that project? Hey, I just got an email from Doug, and he said that they start picking you apart. Poking is what I call it. Example, an employee starts receiving more formal performance reviews, written warnings, and their daily activities are closely monitored, indicating management is building a case for termination. It's called documentation. They start pinging you out the blue on Skype. You say, she's just trying to see if I'm online. Trending said, right, it starts shifting. Yeah, now you pinging me, calling me out the blue. Hey, you got a second? Hey, you got a, and your instinct is saying, she trying to see if I'm working. She trying to see if I'm at my desk. He trying to see, you can see clearly that I did it. Why you asking me to confirm in an email? Documentation. Philly Girl for Life says, not inviting you to meetings, reducing your hours, reclassifying your job and your pay. Yep. That's right. Jay Taylor said, yep, speak on it. I'm serious. And this is not to scare you. This is to empower you. That's a good one. The one, body language, no eye contact. People start to disassociate. And then as the word begins to spread, you can tell people start to disassociate. They don't really go to, hey, you want to go to lunch? Oh, no, I'm just going to work from my desk. Or I got to run some errands today. Girl, we go to lunch. Yeah. It's time to plan your exit. Now, I want to talk about that. I'm gonna come back to that, smart cookie. There's 2 ways that you can skin that cat, and I'm gonna tell you how. Sakithia said, I just left a meeting to be told that our contracts were renewed, but no increases. We're getting more work weekly. I gotta go. Listen, inhale, exhale. because we want you to go in peace. We want you to go quietly and not out of a desperate state. The worst time to go looking for a job is when you're feeling desperate. The best time to go looking for a job is when you got one. Did that help? The best time to look for a job is when you have a job. The worst time to look for a job is when you're desperate and you feel like they're coming. You should always be prepared, polish up those resumes. And this is not to invoke fear. This is just to keep you educated and informed. If you're not happy anyway, you should be looking. Because why would you stay in a situation where you're not being productive? Your presenteeism is lacking. That means your attitude, your thoughts, you're not fully present. You're not connected to the work that you do. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's no surprise at all. Well, that's no surprise
I'm
at all.
serious. Okay. All right. I hope this is helpful to those of you, this corporate segment. And then let me go to the other one, negative performance reviews, where you know you killing it, but it just ain't good enough. Negative performance reviews and feedback, where it actually comes down to it being more subjective. More subjective. What does subjective mean? It ain't got shit to do with my job. Well, so-and-so said that you seem to be a bit disconnected or you seem to be frustrated. That is subjective feedback. That ain't got shit to do with my performance. Okay, let me be quiet. Do y'all understand what subjective feedback is? That's when I'm looking for a problem with you. Subjective is something that cannot be measured. That's your opinion. Doesn't make it real, doesn't validate it, doesn't make it true, subjective. That's where they start to pick you apart. Negative reviews, it ain't really got nothing to do with your performance, but they're going to weave it in. They're going to tie it in to build a business case, okay? Example, an employee with a history of positive, didn't I just say that? With a history of positive performance reviews begins receiving negative feedback and lower performance scores without a clear reason, subjective, or a change in their work quality. What you mean? I seem to not want to be here. I seem to not be happy. Girl, you ain't no therapist. That's subjective feedback. And I'm going to be honest with you. You can't really win. Well, what do we do about it, Queen Sheba? Nothing really. It ain't too much you can do. Because that's the way the systems are built. At that point, you start to say, okay, obviously there's been a shift in dynamics. And I've got to figure out if this is going to work for me. And if so, how long will I remain in this situation? That's when you start having meetings with yourself. All right, you know what? I'm going to give it to the end of the year. And I'm going to actually start looking for another job in October. Or I'll take a break. I've got enough saved up. I'll take a break. I'll take off for a whole month. And I'll look. But I'm going to just inhale, exhale for a month. Yeah. Sis Zakia says, I was once told I turned my head when someone called my name, and they took that as if I had an attitude. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Subjective feedback is so true. Yes, Luzone 3. It is. And they'll do it every time, especially 2. You'll never guess. You'll never guess the number one group who often receives the most subjective feedback when it comes to performance. Put it in the chat. Who do you think it is? Who do you think the number one group, when they're being rated, a lot of the feedback is subjective? It's really not metric driven. If you had to guess, what group, what demographic would you say? I'm gonna see if y'all really know what's going on in corporate America. Let's see. What are y'all coming up with? Black women. Absolutely. Yes, Black women. That's the number one group who's more likely to receive subjective feedback. Where am I going with this? Let's get a little bit deeper. Yes, Black women. I kid you not. I went to a conference a year ago, and Brene Brown was a facilitator of one of the segments at the conference. And she said, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I'm going to give you why a lot of us receive subjective feedback as Black women. She says, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And a hush fell up on the room. She said, there's a historical hate that exists from white women to Black women. Now, a white woman said it. I didn't. Dr. Brene Brown. She said, and nobody's talking about it. There's a historical hate that exists from white women to Black women, and nobody's talking about it. And a lot of times, that's why you are met with subjective feedback, because I just don't like them. She has an attitude. She's hard to get along with. She's not a team player. She's difficult to work with. Subjective, subjective, subjective. Most times you can't really do too much about it, to be honest with you. But I just want to put y'all up on game. So you're absolutely right. Black women are the number one group to receive subjective feedback. That has absolutely nothing to do with really how you're performing. Yep. So what are you going to do about it? Valerie says, 10 years ago, my old company went through an acquisition. The new employers wanted me to explain all my job duties in detail. I started sending out my resume that day. Let's break it down. Let me tell you why Valerie said she started sending out her resume that day. That's called, I'm going to replace you. She knew the game. They were going to replace her. See, when a new head coach comes in, that's a new leadership team. Most of them, they're going to clear everybody out and bring in their own players, okay? But what they're going to do is make you feel good. They're going to make you feel comfortable. They're going to lean in on you to teach them everything they know. And they're going to get you to train everybody. And they're going to backfill you while you're right there. It's a dirty game, but it is. That's the reality of it all. They're going to backfill. Backfill is replace. They're going to replace you while you're training their next person. And then they're going to advertise your job while you're there, and you'll never know it because they're going to revise and re-edit it as if it's a different position. But it's really your job. Yeah, we're going to bring on new people. We're expanding the team. That's it. That's how that works. And that's why she sent out her resume that day. She was savvy enough. She's had enough experience to know, oh, wait a minute. I see what's happening here. Now, here's the thing. You got to be a big girl. You got to be a big boy when this happens. Because what? It's just the way the game goes. Yep. It's just the way the game goes.
Stop the cap.
No, I'm serious. I ain't capping. Listen, that's why you got to be ready financially. You don't have to be rich, but I need you to have a little something. And I'm going to talk about that. If you got a little something to go, you probably have a little bit more self-esteem and confidence than people that don't. Okay? You got to be a big girl. You got to be a big boy, and you got to be 2 or 3 steps ahead. You got to see it coming if you're paying attention. That's all I'm saying. Sweet Jane says, I was told I was intimidating. I told them my coworker sensitivity is not my issue. I am straightforward and my numbers are better. Ooh. What was the outcome of that? Patrice Phillips says, I do have questions. I'm the only Black woman in my office and they keep trying to bring up politics. I'm in Nebraska of all places and I'm not a Trump supporter. How do I deal with this? Go to HR. Go to HR or be quiet. Because when you go to HR, the clock starts ticking. Remember I said there's not really much you can do about it. We got to be a big girl, a big boy, let them talk or deal with it all the way into November or whenever. That's that. Or you got 3 choices. Go to HR, deal with it, or leave. I know that sounds so cut and dry, right? But that's the reality of it all. Go to HR, deal with it, or leave. When you hear that, Patrice, and that's up close, up front, in your face, how does that make you feel? You get what I'm saying? It ain't really too much you can do about it. Toot Latrice says, Dr. Brene Brown, American professor and social worker. Listen, yes. Show Styles and Spirit says, I've had white women look me up and down, and then the next day they try to duplicate my outfit. Really weird. They're so worried that we want their job. I think it's the confidence, the the boldness, how we show up, or how we can show up when we're in a good space, right? Yep. All right, let's go to the next point. Y'all are having some really good comments that are coming through the chat. All right, negative performance reviews. And number 5, last but not least, changes in managerial attitude. Ooh, your manager's switching up on you. Like the kids say, they switching up. Keep that same energy. Example, an employee notices that their manager, who was previously supportive and communicative, have become distant, less responsive, and avoids interactions. And in some cases, depending on the personality of the manager, irritable, short with you, indifferent, quick to snap at you. And this doesn't just apply to white managers. This apply to any of them, black, brown, all of them. Okay. Terry T baby says, I'm hard to get along with because I refuse to participate in group chats at work. If you aren't talking about the job, it's not necessary for me to respond. Just my opinion. You don't want to be hard to get along with. You got to know how to play nice in the sandbox. You don't want to be clearly defiant, right? You want to show yourself to be friendly, approachable. You don't want to be you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb because you just won't do it, right? I'm not saying that you should or should not participate in group chats, but I'm saying there's a sophisticated way, Terry, to do it that it doesn't come across as what is it, y'all? Give me a good word. It doesn't come across as were you ready to nuck if they book? That's what I'm trying to say. Vibrant thing. This is to I think to the person I was asking about the politics. She said, let them talk. Don't say anything or engage. Yeah, don't say nothing. Thames 308 says the game ain't fair and stop telling me that it should be. Pause and process an exit plan that lands you in a better position. Everybody's saying ignore them. If they're talking about politics at work, ignore them. You have to. You have to. It ain't really nothing you can do. You're not going to win. So that's why you got to be a little bit savvy and smart. Okay, Queen. So they talking about politics. What should I do? Nothing. Keep working. Keep working. That's small to a giant. Where you headed? What you mean where I'm headed? What are you expecting from this job? Is this your final landing place? Are you headed to the top? Are you trying to get promoted to senior director? What are you aiming for? Then keep your eyes on the prize and not this. None of this matters on the bottom level. None of that matters because if you go up, you got to deal with more bullshit anyway. Am I right? You got to be able to handle it. That's when you got to roll up your sleeves and pull up your pants as a big girl and say, shit. Imagine if you were in charge of them. What you gonna do? Nothing. You get what I'm saying? So pick your battles. I mean, Biz says, just tell them that you don't discuss politics and leave it at that. I would only say that if somebody asked me a question. I'm not volunteering anything. I would just keep working. If you get along with them and you get along with them. But when it comes to politics, say, oh, ladies, nah, I don't discuss politics. I value my friendship with you here in the office. So I'm going to hold my peace. See, there's a nice way you can say that. All right. So y'all, that was the corporate segment today. Fear of being terminated or fired by your job. And I hope I covered it for you. I gave you the top 3 things that people fear happening to them in corporate America. And then I gave you the 5 indicators to know if your job or if your manager has plans on letting you go from the company. This conversation was inspired by all of the drama that's happening with Canvas Beauty and her former COO, Kyle Ivanko. Yes, a hot ass mess. Now, I want to go back to a comment. That somebody placed in the chat. And she said, when they start to behave indifferently and act this way and that way towards you, it's time to plan your exit. Yes, you can leave. That's one way. You can leave. You can take some time off. However, if you are an employee in good standing, and if you can take Now this is I don't know this game. So, well, I do know this game. So this game, what this strategy, I ain't gonna even call it a game, may not be for the weak at heart. Okay. If you're an employee in good standing, let them fire you and draw unemployment anyway. If you are in good standing. But remember, this is why I said this is not for the weak at heart. Because remember, I also said that if they are headed that way with you, I gave you the 5 imminent signs that they are coming. Decrease in responsibilities, exclusion from meetings, increased documentation and monitoring. What does that mean? They're trying to put something on you anyway. Negative performance reviews, changes in your manager's attitude. That's where they become adversarial. And I'm looking for any mistake that you've made. I'm looking for any flaw, any this, any that. So if you choose to stay, you're going to have to be sharp in warfare. You're going to have to document just like they're documenting. You're going to have to make sure you're on your P's and your Q's. So there's 3 choices. You can leave and find another job. You can take a break because you've saved, give yourself a pause and a timeout, or you can stay and work hard if you're a high performing employee and let them walk you out the door, and I'll simply go draw unemployment on your ass. Does that help? Does that help? I hope it does. So those are your 3 choices when it comes to that smart cookie. Yes. Yes. I hope that helps. DJ says, "Oh my goodness, I heard this and lived it." Which part? Which piece? It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. So that's what we have today. Any questions? I'm going to drop the link one more time before I log off. Any questions before we log off about any situation that you're in? Coco and T, I hope you enjoy your day off, and I hope you don't feel overwhelmed by Big Brother or the threat of Big Brother watching. Enjoy your time off and extend it before the day ends if you feel like you're not going to be feeling better come Thursday or Friday. Yep, yep, yep. I believe somebody said it's good to stay in touch with people in your field. It is. It is. It is. I think so. DG says this happened on a Tuesday. I packed my office Wednesday and put my resignation letter in. That Thursday was my last day. The new guy was shook it. Listen, but they managed to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's irreplaceable in corporate America. Nobody. You see how they figured it out 10 years later? They just keep going. Sis, Zakia says, do not connect on social media with your coworkers. Listen, I block them before they even get to know me. Keep your socials private for your people. Use different social accounts if you need to connect online with coworkers. Listen, I agree. I block them. I ain't doing that much strategy. You blocked from the day I think I want to work there. Blocked, 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 blocked. You're not going to look up nothing. That's it. That's it. All right. How do y'all feel about today's conversation? Corporate segment, Wednesday morning. Dee Dee Star says, "You have my wheels turning about my next move. Make your next move your best move. Just sit back and think about it and give yourself, pour into yourself everything that you deserve. The best time to look for a job is when you have one." Welcome to corporate segment to Latrice.
Hey, good morning, Queen Sheba. Good morning,
Good
chat. Hey,
morning.
everyone. We're having a conversation in the chat, and it's about the angry resting face. And that was something that I always dealt with no matter what, with someone always saying, "Oh, smile," or "Why you so upset?" or "Why you angry?" And I could be thinking about how I'm going to pay a bill or what am I going to cook for dinner. And it always cause people, when they first interact with me, they come off a little bit more aggressive than they would other people. And what do you recommend? I mean, I literally had to try to train my face that when I knew I was walking the hallways or whatever, I had to make sure I had a little small little smile or something so people would leave me alone. And what do you recommend when people are telling you that you look aggressive or you seem aggressive? How can you change that, man? You know what I mean?
Is this
Queen?
something that you've heard or over the span or the course of your lifetime?
Yes. And I didn't even know what an angry resting face was until I think I saw it on the cover of Time or something. They were talking about facial expressions, and that was the first time I've heard that. And that was me. Yes.
Okay. So there's some validity to it, would you say?
Yes. Because I don't
Okay.
have, if I'm not smiling, people are not comfortable around me. And I don't feel like I should have to, I almost feel like that's almost like a, what they call it, the tomfoolery type of thing.
Mhm.
Um, I don't like to appear that way, but I'm not, I speak, but they only feel comfortable and relaxed is when I'm showing teeth. And this
The
was
easiest place.
military, and this was also in my government when I was civil service as well. It was always the
Okay.
same.
So there's a history.
Yes.
Okay. The easiest place to practice is at home. I would do
So
more
bas
things that make me smile.
so you have to so that really puts people off to the point that they come off that aggressive because I guess they assume. So
It
you
could
just
be
have to
the
practice,
energy.
y'all.
Yes, you gotta maybe in your downtime do more things that are not high intensity, military like, even if it's cleaning the house. Do more things that give you a balance that bring out your softness, things that make you smile, things that light up your heart and your spirit and your soul. And repeat them over and over. Implement those light things, your soft girl era, and it'll begin to manifest. So we got to work on it on the inside, and then it'll transcend and manifest on the outside. It's not too
Okay,
late.
that makes sense. Okay. We were just okay, ladies. So hey, we have to do more smiling and find things to make us happy. Thank you, Queen. Because it
Yes.
has, and I'm thinking, why do you all always, especially those that were, higher than me, like senior and CO, they will always say, smile. And like on cue, I'm having to smile just to make them feel at ease. And I'm thinking, what? This can't be that everyone think that that I'm this person that is so mean and so unapproachable until I'm doing some work for them and they understand that I'm not that person. But it was all the time. But I'm gonna do more things to make me smile because it
That's
still
right.
happens.
See, aren't you smiling now when you said, "I'm about to do more
I
things to make
am.
me happy"?
I
Listen.
am.
And did I hit the nail on the head?
You did, because I did. I was telling Patrice in the chat that I had to train myself to kind of walk around with that little smile to try to relax the muscles so people, and it was hard work trying to retrain my face that way. But if I do more things, it would be easier for it to just be there. Yeah.
Yeah, fill your cup up at home, start at home. And what I mean home is okay, I can't fix work yet until I start working on the inside, the home base. And I'm gonna start doing some more stuff that's gonna make me smile. Yeah, I clean the house. Yeah, I do that, but that's intense. That's laborious all the time. What about the things that bring out the softness in me that make me feel good, make me feel happy?
Right.
Incorporate more of that.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yes, I can
That's what
hear
we're
the
talking
smile in
about.
your voice.
I'm smiling right now, Queen. Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm gonna drop back
You're
down.
welcome. Thank you for coming up. Michelle Bodas, good morning. Welcome to Corporate Segment.
Good morning, Queen. Well, I'm also known as the Elegant Elephant. I don't know how to change my name on StreamGuard. I've been trying to, but I came up because I've heard that so many times in the workplace, and just as Toot Latrice said, it's typically from a white colleague. Didn't have to be someone that that's above me or someone I report to, but there are a couple of things. So first of all, Queen, thank you for your suggestion, because I was actually smiling as I was hearing it, because it is true.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
thing is, I don't know where Toot Latrice grew up. I grew up in Boston. Well, it's partly in Brooklyn, New York, and Boston. And we were trained not to smile. You can't be out in the street smiling, because that's when, let me turn this off. That's when, you can get anything that happen to you. You can, people will look at you as a vet. And so I think for a lot of us, we got just used to being, just turning on that, okay, I'm out here in outside of my safe place of my home, and it's time to put that game face on. But something interesting happened. I my last role was, so I've been working for the state for about 11 years in leadership positions, and I got to really get to know and my colleagues that were all in leadership, and they got to know me. And as they got to know me, I kind of felt the need to kind of educate them on some stuff. And I said, for a Black woman in America, I have, I'm not angry at you, but I have a lot to be angry about. You know, there was so much happening in my community and with my people. So I would kind of do those things to educate them. And so the more that I would just open up and just let them know, they became more aware. And I found that I actually, we ended up really getting to know each other and being friends, to the point where they would invite me to their home. I invited them to my daughter's college graduation party, etc. And so as I'm moving into a new space, and I'm going to share that, I didn't even plan on sharing this today, but it's great news. I've been a member for probably about 5 or 6 months, and maybe more, and just really taking in all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom that not just you, but the other queens have imparted on me.
Mhm.
And I am so, so thrilled to say that I will be starting a new role as the executive director of a mid-sized nonprofit here in Boston.
Wow, congratulations, Michelle.
Thank
That's what we
you.
like to hear.
It is my
Congratulations.
dream job. This job was meant for me. My life story and my experience, my education, it's just kind of prepared me for this. But just listening to you, reading, the first book that I read was, oh my gosh, and I shared it with my children. I have a bad memory these days.
The Atomic Habits, Outwitting the Devil. Are you there? Uh-oh, I think we lost you. Is it me or did her audio go out, Sharon?
No, you didn't lose.
Oh, okay.
I could hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Real quick.
So it started with that. And just listening to you, to listening to Diaset Noir, who was it? Cinnamon. I can't remember.
Joy
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
Joy.
I'm just really thrilled to be among this sisterhood. And it really kind of pushed me out, encouraged the encouragement. You didn't know you were doing it because I'm usually down in the bushes.
Mhm.
Um, but I have been absorbing, and I'm just so thrilled. And, I just am happy to share that news, and I can't wait I'm actually going on vacation to Trinidad and Tobago next
Yes.
week. And when I come back, I'll have a week, and then I start my new role. So I'm
All right.
excited. And so in order to, and here's a great thing, this nonprofit it sits in a community, and actually we built the first green building in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And so it's among people that look like me. So I don't expect to be walking around with the resting bitch face, but sometimes that happens. So I'll take on your advice about and I'm doing fun things, and
Yes.
doing, and just being around people and being around folks like you all,
I
even
love
though it's
it.
virtual. So that's it. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
yeah, I appreciate it. And I love
Yeah.
to Latrice. She's always welcoming me, but I am the elegant elephant. I want to change my name on StreamGuard just for my own privacy reasons. And I'm not sure how to do it, but I'll figure it out.
Well,
I'll Google it.
congratulations on your new endeavor. We are so excited that we were able to inspire you to just, I don't know, but it's all you, baby. It's all
Thank
you. So
you.
congratulations and enjoy your vacation. And thank you for coming up, Michelle.
Appreciate things. All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up real quick. Let me go to Sharon real quick. Sharon, welcome to Wednesday morning corporate segment. What you got?
And good morning, Queen. I'm gonna say three things. That's it. One, I had an incident happen when I used to work at corporate. There were three black females and one Caucasian female. She was there longer than we were. We were there. Okay. She wasn't doing her job. She was not doing her job, keeping up the stuff, and we were getting ticked off. Had to do more than we have to. So the boss, he decided to call us in, and he didn't know how to go about to explain, go about to act what's going on. So he gave us a big lecture, right? We all knew it was her that he was talking to, but he wanted all of us in the room. So I'm thinking, I'm giving myself like, okay, you knew she's a problem, and you won't fire her. You won't bring her in to do the talk with her, wherever it's supposed to be. So so the next day I call out sick. I had my resume already done because every 6 months you supposed to update your resume. And I went and looked for other jobs. I don't have time. I applied for a couple jobs during that time period. Someone called me 3 months later. I went for the job interview, and then they hired somebody else. But 3 months later after that, they called me again. They still want the job, and I took that job. So I tell people every 6 months you supposed to update your resume. If you learn a new skill at that job, update your resume. If the company get a new computer in and you gotta learn that computer, update your resume. So always be prepared because you never know when you gonna have enough with somebody at the job. Second, when I was in the military doing boot camp with the black commander, company commander, he was telling us what he observed while he was in boot camp. Black women use facial features when they upset, right? White women use their body language when they upset. And back in the day when I was in high school, our teacher taught us how to read people, do the body language, but never facial, but always the body language. So another hint that you could observe is how you respond, or how you and how you as Black women, how we put our face in certain ways so we know that we're doing
Okay.
it. Okay. Third, the workplace is the workplace. You don't have to talk about anything that is uncomfortable for you. Just keep
Mm-hmm.
on doing your work and pretend you don't even just keep on doing your work regardless of politics. Because I remember when President Obama won second time around, I was in the library and this woman, she came from her job. Her company sent out a memo out. He stated all politics are deceits in the company. So again, when you go into a workplace, you're there for the right reasons. You have the right to have a healthy workplace. And sometimes people want to get a rise out of you, and you do your work, you annoy them for that, and that's it.
All right. That was some very, very valuable nuggets that Sharon was able to share. I like the number two, she differentiated between what Black women are most likely to utilize to convey when they're not happy, which is facial. So thank you. And then opposed to our counterparts who use body language. And people often tend to look for signs in the body language and not the facial. So thank you, Sharon. Thank you for coming up to share. That was very, very valuable information.
Have a nice day, guys.
Okay, you too. Have a good day. All right, y'all. So this concludes our Wednesday morning corporate segment. I absolutely hope that helped. I hope you all enjoy your day in the office, or if you're working from home, or even if you are off. That is your time. Make it like if you're off, that is your time. Enjoy it. Make it do what it do. And if you're working, put forth your best effort, because after all, you are representing you. If you're in a situation where it's just not the environment, the culture is just not conducive to your growth, your mental health, your attitude, your resting bitch face, then it is time for you to start to assess Where am I headed? What do I need to happen? And those 3 questions that I gave you a little bit earlier. The Hall says blocking all coworkers. Wow, that's a thought. Yes, girl, you got to be quick with it. We do it. I do it. I've been doing it for years. You'll never find me. Thank you. And they do go looking, just like we do. I block them from day one. As soon as I accept the job. Well, actually, before, if I feel like I'm a strong front runner and they're going to make me an offer, baby, you've been blocked before that final interview. Been blocked. These sessions, Jenny B says, these sessions, hold on, let me read it. Jenny B says, these sessions each week are invaluable. So thankful for you, Queen, panel, and chat to enrich my life and all of us. Absolutely. It's our pleasure. You said Noir, welcome, Queen. I know you popped in a little bit late, but I see you. Snatched by Diego is into his house. Thank you, everybody that stopped by today. I appreciate those of you, your subscribers, the members, the moderators, Linda Gamble, to Latrice. Y'all make sure y'all show them some love in the chat. And even those of you that are in there that says, listen, I got a resting bitch face. Come on, Queen, help me figure it out. I hope what we shared was helpful to you. Start doing some things that make you happy and that brings out the best in you when you're at home. Okay. And eventually, once you begin to do so much of it that it becomes a lifestyle, it will manifest itself on the outside. And that's what I leave you all with. God bless you all. Have a fantastic Wednesday. And with that being said, the Queen is out. Yes, she is.